Hmm. Oscar sponsor Pfizer coincidentally embraced the market cure for alopecia. Sounds very suspicious. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out. Also, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. Also, have a link to my mental health coaching and consultation page where you can book an appointment for mental health coaching. Where if you're struggling, you're struggling from depression or anxiety or something like that, from all the stuff that's going on, you can hit me up and schedule a consultation, and I can help you out with coping skills and help you get through whatever issues you might be going through. Also, check out my merch store. That's also linked in my link tree where I have Let's Go Brandon t-shirts, I Will Not Comply t-shirts, all types of t-shirts. So check all that stuff out. All right, let's talk about the news. Pfizer, together with the stupid 19 jab, partner um, BioNTech, was a major sponsor of Sunday's Oscars award ceremony, a broadcast that unexpectedly shone an unmissable spotlight on the hair loss disease alopecia. And one heck of a coincidence, Pfizer just happened to be in a race for market dominance of its soon to be released cure for, you guessed it, alopecia. After all this happened, we find this out. In the world of pharmaceutical marketing and advertising, Pfizer's sponsorship of the 2022 Oscars was a big deal. The drug maker wouldn't disclose what it spent on the sponsorship, but bio news source Fierce figured that that Pfizer paid at least several million for the spot. That's a lot of darn money. But a Pfizer spokesperson told Fierce that Pfizer and BioNTech are proud to support the Oscars, and we are heartened to see the film industry gather in person and alongside fans to celebrate the talent and artistry produced during the past year. Basically, taking credit for the event being held in person again. Of course, they're going to take that credit. The spokesperson added the available data continue to show that the broad utilization of stupid 19 jabs and boosters can help prevent disease and protect lives, and our sponsorship highlights the impact they can have for individuals pursuing their livelihoods. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna get into that statement at all. If you want to know my thoughts on all that, you can check that out on Patreon. But as I as far as I was able to ascertain, Pfizer didn't sponsor or even advertise on last year's Oscars broadcast. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. So why now? Could it be because Pfizer is preparing to release a new class of therapeutics soon, and is playing catch up with the competition? Last August, Fierce reported Pfizer's alopecia therapy has been linked to a reduction in hair loss in early top line clinical data, setting the stage for a scrap with Eli Lilly and Insight in the title fight for potential blockbuster opportunity. Uh, um, Riddlesinib, I don't know, I cannot pronounce that. I'm not even going to try, but has met its primary endpoint in phase 2b3 clinical trial of patients with alopecia. Pfizer reported Wednesday. The update on the JAK3 tech inhibitor comes months after Eli Lilly and Insight reported late phase success in alopecia. There are currently no FDA approved treatments for alopecia, an autoimmune disease characterized by hair loss, but multiple drugs could come to the market in the market indicating over the few years, the next coming years. Pfizer Riddlesinib joined Lilly and Insight's Illuminate on a list of drugs to hit the primary endpoint in pivotal alopecia trials on Wednesday. And it says, and Concert Pharmaceuticals is following closely behind. So, in addition, just this month, Pfizer completed its acquisition of Arena Pharma, a biopharmaceutical company that currently has the range of therapeutics in development. Yahoo Finance covered the story. They said Arena Pharmaceuticals bring to Pfizer a portfolio of diverse and promising development stage therapeutic candidates in gastroenterology, dermatology, and cardiology, including Astramod, an oral selective phosphate receptor modulator thing, currently in development for a long range of inflammatory diseases, including ulcers, colitis, Crohn's disease, atopic dermatitis, and so forth. I'm struggling with these pharmaceutical names. But getting back to the Oscars, what was your first reaction when you saw Will Smith walk up on that stage and smack Chris Rock? If you were like most of us, you thought that's not real, or is this an act? It certainly seemed like a bizarre and overblown reaction on Smith's part, to the extent that it was hardly believable. Later in the broadcast, his tearful, rambling, acceptance speech made it seem more plausible the actor was truly in the throes of emotional difficulty. But then again, Smith, he is an actor, and I would add that he's one of the best actors that we have. But now, today comes the revelation that Pfizer, which will soon be competing to sell the most therapeutics for alopecia sufferers, was a major sponsor of the Oscars, which it hadn't sponsored before, and which coincidentally featured a bizarre incident that focused the world's attention on alopecia. I mean, come on, man. I don't really believe in coincidences like that, but I'm not saying Pfizer sponsored the Oscars and set up the Smith Rock altercation as a marketing ploy, but if they did, it would have been brilliant. It's worth noting that their spokesperson told Fierce, quote, "The film industry has embraced vaccination, masking, and other protocols designed to help people prevent disease and avoid serious illness from stupid 19, and we are pleased to work with it to further promote public health. So it's not like the pharma giant is unaware of the power of Hollywood to make a sale. Of course, we all know that coincidences doesn't equal causality. We learn about that in statistics and all that. But just because Pfizer sponsored the Oscars and the Oscars just happen to focus worldwide attention on a fairly obscure disease, and Pfizer just happens to have a cure for that disease coming out soon, doesn't mean that there's a connection. But what are the chances? Let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.